Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Let's Stand Gamers, and welcome. So today we're taking a look around this abandoned outpost. That was kind of a spur of the moment thing. We all have it in Space Engineers where we go, oh, what would that look like, or what would that be, or you think of a certain situation. In this case, the situation was an outpost that had just been left. The people had evac the area, and the nature just slowly started to reclaim it. Things had broken, different things had fallen apart, maybe the power was left on, and there's slightly a little bit of power running around the structures. So I'd always tend to build these things as I walk in. So if I just spawn my actual astronaut over here and we're walking through this area, so the first thing you'll notice is this really shabby broken perimeter fence. Ideally, if I could have painted these half constructed blocks in a more rusty color, it'd fit in really well. You can see that light sparking up there. We've got some power to the base, so when the player comes into this area to explore it, he's going to have a look for them power generators, try to work out what exactly is going on. So the spotlight will provide a little bit of light for night and attract players into this area. So as soon as you come in here, you can see that grass is sticking out the top of the buildings, and all they've done there is taken the voxel tool and added the blocks into the walls themselves, and you can see it's overgrown. And inside here we've got bushes everywhere hanging off the wall. You can imagine it's damp, it's dripping, it's wet, it's just a horrible sort of humid environment in this sort of foresty type area. And then we've got some more of the bunkers. Then the whole point of this, since people have left a long time ago, you can imagine that doors may be open, the whole thing's been left in a rush, and you've got things like this that are semi-constructed objects that could stand up maybe for a few months, but after that month they've collapsed, maybe rain, the trees fallen down on it. You can see how it's broken apart. We've got the different tiles there on the floor. As we continue around here, you'll notice I've also painted the soil into the ground, so you can imagine that this place was in use once, so there's going to be sort of avid walkways and pathways around the area. So I've placed them in and then retextured them over with a little bit of grass, so it looks like it's overgrown back over time again. So as we come into this area, we've got some crates that have been overgrown with grass and different supplies, just adding to the detail of the place. We've got another secondary sort of hut. This one needs a little bit of work refining some of this area, because I plan on using this, I think, in a scenario coming up. And then over here we've got an antenna just out of the blue, and we've got this wrecked ship. Now this wrecked ship is one of my favorite ones. You see me use this in a lot of different content that I actually like to produce, and you can see we've got all the grass growing around the inside. We've got it growing in the engine intakes. I've also changed the color of the grass in some areas, and just from the look of it, it just looks so abandoned, so just stuck into the ground. I was thinking of maybe stacking a little bit of soil up around the side, so maybe it's crashed, but I thought what would be cooler about this one was the idea that it's just been left part there, and the engines or the landing gear have just collapsed over the time, and it's just fallen into the ground. We've got another little shelter here that's collapsed on this side. This time we've got a few little cargo containers underneath it, and the roof's fallen down, and the roof's actually being propped up slightly with the cargo containers itself. Now coming over to this is actually a hydrogen tank that's being deconstructed, and then I've decided to put a little bit of grass inside it, and the whole point of this is just to create that overgrown sort of field. Now for the part of the scenario, we actually have this individual bunker in the center, and what you'll notice about this is one of the doors has just fallen off the hinges and dropped down into the center. Maybe some pirates have been along. I love to run these little scenarios through my head where something's happened, the door's broken off, we've got an old school sort of helicopter, so this could be around before the time where the space engineers started landing on this planet. Very primitive sort of technology could be found down here in this bunker. You see we've continued with the effect of overgrown areas. We've got some sort of leaves and different things coming down from that door, and as we enter into this area, we've got even more overgrown grass around the door areas. And as we enter into the bunker, we've got a little bit of emergency power that's been activated. You see the grass up into these areas, and we've got some weird sort of nuclear device that's going to be a possible part of the scenario. I'm not going to spoil too much of the scenario mission. I just wanted to show you around this place that I built, and it didn't take too long to build. So you can wick out one of these places pretty damn fast and have just a really awesome area to have a scenario. You could have this for a team deathmatch sort of area. So if we just come out here and we have just a quick final look around this base, so you can see we've got the perimeter wall that's broken down. I think the perimeter wall needs to be extended a little bit into that area. And you can see that we've got the number of huts that come around this central sort of hangar. So it's not super attention seeking from a distance, but you can see it. You can see the perimeter fence around the edge, so it does draw the player's attention to this area to make them stop, going to make them search it. Perfect for creating booby traps and a micro scenario within the server itself. Now if you guys have any questions, or you want to build something similar to this, then let me know in the comments below. But I just thought I'd share you with this. It's a quick little build, and it's quite damn fun. I'll show you some pictures of it at night.